Are we good? All right. So, last time in Esmios, the Funky Bunch reunited. Oh, wait, fuck, sorry, wrong intro. There we go. Last time in Esmios, our party took on the Keeper in his true form of a Dracolich. With many ups and downs taking place during the fight, their victory was secured with a well-timed polymorph. With Zan turning the god into a helpless turtle, the party was able to decimate him, leaving only ashes. After the fight and the reunion of Navora and her surrogate mother Deava, the Funky Bunch returned to the safe house Triss had secured. As the party settled down for the night and Navora took watch, Atris was visited by a familiar face asking her to keep her end of a deal. Hearing something upstairs, Navora went to investigate, only to see a hooded figure seated on Atris's bed. Navora, you hear the conversation that had previously taken place with the traveler wanting the Staff of Withering. What would you like to do? Currently, you are peeking behind a door with a stealth roll of 30 plus. Thanks to your pass without a trace that is still running. You hear this cloaked figure that you're not really sure who it is, speaking to Atris about this Staff of Withering.
I'm not going to do anything at this point. What part of the conversation are we at?
You are currently watching as Atris tries to pass off a vial of ashes as the only thing left behind, and this cloaked figure calling her out on her bluff.
Okay, I'm just going to try and stay unnoticed.
Okay. Roll another stealth check for me.
I was obviously very prepared for my life here.
I actually remembered dice today. I'm very proud of myself.
So, do I have advantage on this?
No, you get an additional plus 10.
Oh, additional. Okay, so then 28.
28. Yeah, you, the cloaked figure nor Atris seem to look over to the door that you're watching from, neither of them appearing to really know that you're even there. So as you're watching, Atris, the traveler kind of leans closer and rests a hand underneath his chin. You see his grin fall as his visage becomes a bit more stoic. So, are you going to keep your end of the deal for me? I did tell you once you gather 2 more of these magical items for me, I would show you my face.
I hate you.
I gave you that beautiful dagger after all. Has it served you well?
I mean, yes, of course, but I can't keep stealing from my friends.
Why not?
It's going to come to a point where they're going to know something is up. There's only one very sneaky person in the group, ironically, because we have a sneaky person at the door. There's only one very sneaky person in this group who could possibly do this, and they're already getting skeptical because the statue that we had before is gone, and we had Redemption throwing questions around as well. I think it's time that you ask them for the item or items.
But you see, little one, they don't serve me. And I don't have a deal with them. Now, do you plan on going back on our deal, going back on the years of protection I gave you from Yorick's, only allowing him to find you when His anger had merely diminished into embers. Are you going to go back on the deal that we made where I gave you the knife and a promise for down the road?
No, I have no intention of doing that. I just if they abandon me, I can't continue with this quest. There is no way that I would be able to solo kill your brothers and sisters, and I need their trust in order to continue.
Navora, is there anything you would like to do at this moment, or are you just going to continue watching at the door?
I'm gonna continue watching.
Atris, roll a perception check for me. Your stealth check was 28, Navora.
Mhm.
She is a fucking shadow. I got a 10.
Okay. Yeah, you don't notice anything. Well, perhaps you should just ask them for it then. Come clean about your promise to me. Besides, they know you worship me. That shouldn't be a problem, should it?
Can you not see them, or could they not see you?
Well, it becomes a problem of if everyone can see a god, there's nothing special about it, is there?
You just like the mystery.
Perhaps. Don't you
Okay.
feel special knowing that a god chooses to only visit you?
No, not at this moment. Okay. I'll try to talk to them.
Can I make like a step forward, creak in the floor?
You want there to be a creak in the floor?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I want to make movement without being seen.
Okay. Yeah, easy enough. The house is rather old. You find kind of a lifted floorboard and press against it carefully, causing a creak. Roll a stealth check for me, please, as you do this.
16.
Yeah.
That's still pretty good. I was scared.
Atris, what's your passive?
12 on perception.
Okay, you don't see anything. But you do hear a creak in the floorboard. As you look, I'll allow you to roll a perception check.
Oh, I think I see here. It's a soft 20.
Yeah. You look over, and as there's a creak, and you see kind of the faint outline of someone that you can only assume to be Navora. Kind of looking in from the door. You roll an insight check for me.
Uh, 18.
18. The traveler hasn't seen her. He just heard the creak in the floorboard. What was that?
Are you out of character? Are you wanting to be seen?
Me? No, I just wanted to cause some sort of distraction or like
shit disturber.
I was like feeling the conversation was getting weird, so I was like because I also want to say something, but I don't know who this I don't know what's happening.
Navora, as far as you're concerned, there is a strange man sitting on Atris's bed. Atris has mentioned killing his brothers and sisters, and he wants magic items.
Mm-hmm.
Are you doing anything after that? Because he just so the last thing that was said was from the traveler was, what was that, right?
Yeah.
Are you wanting
No,
to do anything or no?
No, I want to stay kind of hidden still.
The place is filled with people. So...
You just muted.
Oh, sorry.
And we're not here.
Yeah.
You should be muted anyways.
I just feel like everybody is. There's a ton of people in the house, right? So could have been anything.
That's what I was gonna play it off as. Okay. Is I'm gonna like peer over, and I realize it's her, right?
Yeah, you know that she's there.
Okay, so I'm just gonna like peek at her, and then right after he says that, I'm just gonna like take a second and what was what?
Gaslight him. He kind of looks at you. He's like, "Did you not hear the creaking?" And you kind of see him look towards the door.
I'm sorry, as a servant of the Traveler, you're my full focus. I don't think about anything else while we're discussing anything.
Roll a persuasion check for me.
Gaslight him!
Gaslight a god!
17.
17. He just looks to you, and you can, like, what was once stoic is now just a frown, as he's very unimpressed. Like, if only you could see the disappointment in his eyes if he wasn't covering them.
He could show me.
Navora, would you like to do anything? That laugh indicates something.
No, I don't want to do anything.
All right.
You're like disappointed in me.
I prepared so many scenarios.
Well, part of me wants to kind of like go into the room, but the other part of me doesn't want to disturb what's happening.
It's a shitty situation you're in. I'm not disappointed at all. It's how Navora would act. Entirely you.
Okay, well, let's be honest. Like, Navora is gonna want to like. At this point, does the door like open a crack? Then I'm looking through.
Yeah, it's open a crack. You've been looking in. Roll a. How is Navora positioned? Is she standing? Is she crouching?
She's standing.
She's standing? Okay. Roll a perception check for me.
Well, that was a nat 1, so...
You don't see anything. You just see the you're suddenly blind.
Okay, so I guess, like,
no.
if... Okay, sorry, go ahead.
You just see, like, a navy blue cloak. You see kind of long black hair, and just kind of, like, from below the nose down is what you see.
Okay, so I want to, at this point, kind of, like, you know, like, knock on the door just a little bit and be like, Atris, is everything okay? Kind of just, like, a concern, like, I heard something, but, like, I don't know who's in your room, what's going on.
Okay, so it's at this point, I want Atris and Navora to roll initiative for me. It's not for combat. You're not fighting. This is just for no, it's not for fighting. It's just basically to see the order of the next few chain of events.
Also, do you guys recognize this plate?
It's a Hercules plate.
I was going to say, is that a Hercules plate?
I noticed it with the piece of pizza on it.
I have this one and the Megara one because Megara is obviously my favorite princess.
Obviously.
How I got my name.
Does alert apply to this situation?
Yep.
I rolled very poorly. I got an 11.
Okay.
You rolled poorly. I have 5.
I rolled a nat 1. And so that's plus 10.
Okay.
So that's really bad.
Yeah. The worst.
I rolled a 3, so, you know, it's fine.
Okay. So as you knock on the door, sorry, give me 1 second.
I want it to be like the full-on concerned mom, like she heard a boy in her daughter's room and
Help, Mom! I'm talking to
Agent.
someone.
Beatrice, who are you fucking? I just want to know.
I didn't
Greetings,
know you.
Kate.
No, you're into men. Wow.
I wasn't invited to this slumber party.
Alright, you
I'm
found an
quite
eligible
upset.
bachelor, and I'm mad because you didn't tell me about it.
Right. So the chain of events happening is Novora gently kind of taps on the door. As the door kind of slowly begins to creak open, with the traveler going first in initiative, Atris, you blink, and all you see is a beautiful shining gate beginning to close.
A gate?
Roll a perception check for me, Atris.
19.
19. So you see a golden gate kind of beginning to fade away into nothing. You look into it. Novora, roll a perception check for me as well, actually.
That was a nat 20.
Okay. Atris, with a 19, you see beautiful trees and foliage on the other side. You see some strange-looking creatures kind of on the other side as the blue-cloaked figure is kind of walking in the distance. Novora, with a natural 20, you not only see the foliage, the creatures, and the person walking in the distance, you see the person lower their hood with two long ears that kind of curl back, very elven-esque. He has white hair that goes down to about just below like the earlobes, where it transitions into black. And you recognize the other side of the gate. That's the Feywild. You recognize this creature as an archfey as the gate closes. And vanishes.
Is it Cericia or is it a different Feywild? Just for out of character posterity's sake.
You're not there.
Damn it.
Is it?
Well, none of our characters would know, right? Like none of our characters would know, so.
Okay.
You, Novora,
That's
you
cool.
recognize the Madriel Woods had the only portal to the Feywild in Esmios. They had a strong tie to the Feywild. You have been to the Feywild a few times on various diplomatic missions with Deva. You know the Feywild very well.
Cool.
That was the Feywild.
Who dat?
Yeah, do I know this person? Like, have I had an interaction?
Roll a history check for me.
Well, I'm gonna say 4, so
That's an
I
archfey.
don't know. Okay. Very interesting. Yeah.
But yeah, as far as you're concerned, you have just knocked on the door and the door is gently creaked open.
I don't know what to do. Like,
He's still there.
yeah, like, is it gone? Like,
It's gone.
so he's gone?
Yeah.
Okay, so it's all gone.
Yeah.
That was like some weird ass bougie like smoke bomb bullshit that he just did. It's like, I'm gone, hallucinations, and then you come back to reality.
Atris, you have seen that gate before. That gate was created with the amulet, the traveler's bandolier.
Is that the first time that I've seen it? 'Cause he's disappeared around me a lot.
He has created the gate around you a few times. If both of you want, you can roll an Arcana check for me.
13.
17.
17. Both of you don't understand how he got from like sitting on the bed to walking far off in the distance. And yeah, you're not entirely sure the nature of this weird gate that appeared. But Atris, you have seen him use that before, and it did come from the bandolier that he turned into a cube.
Okay.
Did I see Navora see this, or did I only see like one in one eye and one in the other? Like I didn't see her see, if that makes sense.
Yeah, you like this has all happened in an instant, so you don't know. You just tried to see and discern what you just saw, and Navora did the same thing.
Whoa. I mean, whoa. What the hell? What just happened?
I feel like I get up kind of quickly, like, so seeing this chain of events and hearing that reaction, I feel like, shit, she knows something. So I like get up out of the bed, and I like go to, I grab her wrist and pull Navora into the room and close the door. And I like bring her over to the bed and sit her down. And I'm like, and I'm like, and I'm just like, listen, just relax for a second. There are a lot of things at play, and you need to hear me out before anything else goes on.
Did you? Okay.
And from, I don't want to go into like this fucking massive tangent. I just want to start from point A. Hey, worship the Traveler. Traveler asked me to get him some stuff. I got him the bandolier. I got him the statue. Like I'm spilling all of the beans to Navora right now.
But did you see what just happened? Or was that just me?
No, that wasn't just you. I've seen it a couple times, but that I haven't seen much of it. I've seen the gates.
Have you seen him?
You saw him?
Yeah.
You saw basically like the back of his head.
Like.
And it was ridiculous.
I was just gonna say that.
That's good. I really enjoyed that one. Well, not like fully, but like enough. Like,
oh, I have a question actually for the DM. Can I, if somebody describes a person, can I shapeshift into that person?
No, you can only shapeshift into people you've seen.
All right, sorry, go on. I didn't mean to interrupt you.
that's okay.
Oh, another question real quick. But could he shapeshift into the Traveler because he's seen the physical presence, or because he doesn't know its race?
He doesn't know the specific features and race.
But he could, like, also be a generic shape of that size, no? Damn it. Oh, fuck.
Not how changelings work.
You mean this?
Okay, so Navora wants to just like, so that's the Traveler. That's who you're telling me about. Was that hooded person walking away that was standing here talking to you? That's who that is?
I have one more out of character question before I answer that. I don't know how to word this question without sounding silly. Can the Traveler see me without being seen in the same room like a camera?
Like Santa Claus?
Is he Santa Claus?
You're not exactly sure the nature of the Traveler's abilities.
Let's just assume yes, then. Because it seems like it, based on how he's acted.
He sees you when you're sleeping.
knows when you're
Oh my
awake.
god, my cat pooped, and I can smell it. Whew.
Okay, nice.
More conversations are being had today.
Good to know.
I'm sorry, guys.
Why? Why are
Potent.
you concerned about like him being able to?
I just have a feeling that if I already kind of spilled the beans like about everything, so I feel like he's already if he's there, he's gonna be a little upset.
Well, he
Well,
didn't
no.
say.
I was gonna say, I think Will has the same idea. You essentially told him like, "Yo, you have to talk to them yourself," and he's like, "Well, no, you have to talk to them." And I feel like that
Yeah.
implies you have to tell the group why you're taking the things. It's for him. So I feel like he wouldn't be mad. I feel like he's kind of expecting that to happen.
Yeah, I agree.
Okay, then based off of that, I still feel like Atris is like very hesitant and very scared, even with that conversation, because she's scared to go against the god that she's like literally worshipped her entire life. That she just like waits, and it's just yes.
Atris, have you ever been to the Feywild before?
Would I have been to the No, I've never been there. Where is the Feywilds?
That's where he went. Did you not see this?
I saw the gates.
Like,
I have a question. Was that the same person? Can we assume that? That seems like a bit of an assumption.
Like the person walking into the gates, like the
Yeah.
person walking away from the gate.
Yeah. is that, like,
Navora saw the navy blue hood
same as
and like the
Traveler?
cloak.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay. You've seen him.
the back of him.
No, you've seen the front of him.
No,
You
just
Did
the
I
back.
see his face? No, I just saw his ears and his hair.
When you were describing the horn,
Mhm.
the ears and stuff, I just
Yeah.
assumed it was like facing us. It wasn't walking away. Okay.
No, he just got some long ass ears.
And some two-toned haircut.
Yeah, it's interesting.
Or
It's
like,
Cam.
wait,
I feel like he has a mullet. Just
He
saying.
does not have a mullet.
Damn it.
Yeah, because I'm like intrigued that I seen that. So that's why I'm like sitting here just being like, have you, like, do you know what just happened?
Like I'm just kind of like at a gasp for a second, and I'm just like I saw the gates, and I saw him walk that through it, but I don't know what you're talking about.
So, okay, just for clarification, I know he's an Archfey.
Yeah, you know he's an archfey.
Okay,
You know,
Archfey. So I I just like want to be like, do you know if the Traveler is an Archfey?
Why would you say that? I have no idea. I've never seen him other than with his hood up, and he's always in the shadows.
And then I go, yeah, sorry, go ahead.
Roll a history check with advantage for me. You've read several books about the Traveler.
16.
16. Never once is the archfey, or is the Traveler described as an archfey. You've seen like drawings and pictures of the Traveler. He's often depicted as a tall, human-looking man with short blonde hair, stunning green eyes, and always depicted wearing this bandolier.
Can I also ask, those books that I would have read, were they written by specific people? Like, were they written by the gods themselves? Were they written by,
They
like
were-
the apostles, like with Jesus?
were they credible?
Roll an insight check.
How did
Hey, you
you
didn't care for that
perceive
one.
them? Did you feel they were credible?
Citation check?
22?
Is this a primary, secondary, or tertiary
Yeah,
source?
is this Wikipedia? Because
Yeah,
you can't use that on this.
Where's
first
the
page.
bibliography?
The MLA, APA, I don't know. Just tell me what you're using.
No, the sources that you have read have been very have been very credible. They are in a very credible library run by a very scary librarian that you met, who you don't think that she would stand for uncredible sources being in her library. She's not housing tabloids.
And I have one more question that is probably going to annoy you because it's about the books again. So,
Okay.
with these sources,
Yes.
is this a first-hand account or a second or third or so on account?
So typically gods don't write books about themselves.
No, so okay, so the person that's describing them as a human, did they physically see the traveler, or did they hear from a friend, from a friend, from a friend, from a friend, from a friend?
You're not entirely sure about like that specifically. The books were written around the time that the traveler, like around the time that the Dark Six were really active. They were written, there are a couple of books that you read written by war generals. There are a couple you've read about like just kind of like a third-hand view on the worship of the traveler and his creations and like the creation of the changelings. You're not entirely sure exactly who wrote it.
Okay,
And
so
like,
then I won't make you go on. I'm sorry. I know that was a lot of like, fuck, I need to think of this shit, but like,
it's all stuff that I've thought about. It's just a matter of giving it to you without spoiling other things.
okay, so then knowing that, and knowing that I know that he's not an arc fae, then after she asks that, can I obviously scratch that from the record from my previous reply? Of saying that there's no way, blah, blah, blah. Okay, so I just want to re-answer that basically, and say, no, it's the traveler's human. Like, there's many books. We can go back to well, you can't go to the library. I can get the books and show you the books from the library.
Yeah, girl, I hear what you're saying, but I saw something that's not a human. That I've like we yeah, like that was not human.
Mention the cloak.
It in that cloak.
Sorry. Mention that cloak in the least graceful way possible. Yeah.
Wait.
Like,
So
from what I saw, that person that you were talking to, right here in this spot, walked away, and I like he took his hood off, and those ears ain't human.
I feel like I'm just staring at her in disbelief for a while, and then I'm just like, so this person, okay, let's pretend for a second that it was the traveler. They had the same cloak.
Mm-hmm.
So it's not a human.
I mean, unless they're also shifting into creatures that I do not know of, like being a human thing.
Can I roll an insight to see if she's lying to me?
That's also a good point, though, to consider the fact that we are also a changeling.
Okay.
Well, they
I
are.
mean,
They
it's a god,
right?
so...
Okay, so Atris, what do you want to like? So what are you concerned that she's lying about?
That she saw this figure, and it's that this archfey had the same cloak that the traveler had.
Yeah, roll an insight check. Navora, roll a persuasion check.
My insight is 21.
16.
16. Yeah, no, she's being dead honest, dude.
I I feel like I just stutter for like at least like a couple minutes trying to form any type of reply to you.
So I don't know what to say at this point. Can I like kind of Well, now I want to go talk to what's her face.
To who?
Like my mother thing.
Deva.
Yeah. Because she'd be able to answer something. I have high faith that she could answer anything to do with that.
Okay,
Like,
so
'cause
then
she goes to the Feywild quite often, right?
She
Or
used to.
did. Yeah.
are you
She
voicing
might
that,
know
or are you just
more.
saying that to, like out loud to us?
Yeah, no. I'm 100% voicing it.
So then, let's. Okay. Let's just talk about this in the morning. I need to talk to David and Zan about everything, but I'll wait until you talk to Deva first because you'll figure out more information and you can tell me things.
Yeah, I really think you have some things you need to share with them.
I feel like embarrassed and just like ashamed and just like, oh fuck. I'd like
It's
to
all
say
good.
this.
Okay. I'll leave her to sleep.
All right. The rest of the night continues on with very little interruption. David and Zan, you have the most wonderful of sleeps / trances. You wake up the next morning to kind of like the smell of just like you kind of smell some of the dried meats being like cooked a little bit, like just warmed up. Just kind of some of the rations that you guys have brought with you, like something is clearly kind of smelling good. You kind of poke your head, like you look out a window and you see Deva's actually outside, kind of warming up. Some of the bread. You see that she has some eggs that she's gathered at her side that she's cooking, just kind of outside in the backyard of this house. Downstairs, Triss is kind of getting her belongings together, clearly getting ready to leave for some sort of trip. And yeah, the morning is yours.
I think that God, I don't know what's happening with my voice. I think that I go downstairs to Deva and go outside. I'm just like, man, we may need to keep you around. Not often that someone making breakfast.
Well, I was up rather early and figured, well, I haven't eaten in a long time, and I'm rather hungry. So figured I would. There's enough chickens running loose around here. So I found a couple of eggs, and yeah, figured I'd make breakfast for myself. And if there's any leftovers, then you guys are welcome to it.
Awesome.
And she says, like clearly jokingly, like there's more than enough.
There's
food
like
for everyone.
2 dozen eggs. Just like,
Yeah.
hey, yeah, you really are hungry. Oh, how did you sleep?
Is it insensitive if I say like the dead?
I mean, I like dark humor.
I'm afraid that that's how you have to cope with things.
Yeah.
Well, your
But yeah.
daughter's been a lovely part of our group. We're happy to have her, and you're a very lucky woman.
Thank you. I always tell myself. I remember when she was a young girl. We couldn't get her off of the damn trees. She climbed them constantly.
Sounds
But-
about right.
We always knew that she would be off to bigger and greater things rather than just staying in the druidic circle. She always wanted to travel and see the world and fight fierce creatures and sell their pelts elsewhere and collect little trophies and trinkets from them.
Oh, she's been really into teeth, just so you know.
That was new. Interesting. But good to know.
Nice.
I do have to say, if any harm befalls my daughter, Well,
Oh,
a dark god is the least of your concerns.
Understood, ma'am.
Excellent.
damn.
And she kind of looks at you and she smiles and just kind of, the druid lives, or you live because the druid lets you. She says to Meg, just kind of like jokingly, because she can like see the Hillmead Woods sigil on Meg, like on Zan herself.
I nod and smile.
So, you'll have to tell me about some of the grand adventures that you all have been on.
Oh, I turned a god into a turtle.
As one does. That's very, very impressive. I'm sure that god was very frustrated with that situation.
Oh, probably. It was quite comical.
I'm sure it was.
I think
So,
that we spend some time, obviously, going all that we've done.
Yep.
Play all of it.
yeah, but you guys just kind of idly chat. She serves
Yeah.
you some like toasted bread that she's done like in like a little pan that she found in the house with some eggs, and you guys just kind of chat about the adventures that you've been on. Atros, as you walk downstairs, you see Triss just kind of putting on a bag, kind of looking. You see that she's putting some daggers in like a holster, kind of along her hip. Morning. I'm gonna be heading out.
Is she saying this directly to me or to the group?
Yeah, she's like, she watches as you come downstairs and just kind of like nods awkwardly and just like, yeah, I'm gonna head out now.
Okay, without saying anything, can I just grab her by the arm and take her outside?
I mean, yes.
She, like, her eyes widen and you see her like kind of her fight or flight like instinct taking effect for like a brief moment as she like almost raises her hands, but allows you to lead her outside.
I want to walk a couple of houses down as opposed to just staying right out front from ours.
Okay.
And still without saying anything. And then, okay, I'll get out of the I'll get the awkwardness out of the way first, because I'm sure that's what every viewer and you guys want to hear. So we get a few houses down, and then, you know,
As you're walking the entire time, Triss is just like, why are you taking me here? Where are you going? Why aren't you saying anything? Like, she's just asking you questions and you're just not responding. But you get to where you need to go.
Okay, so as we get like a couple houses down, just like straight up movie or TV style, full 180 and just like give her a kiss. Like without saying anything, and just like after like a few seconds, okay. So after like a few seconds, I like pull back and I'm like, okay, that was for the danger comment, okay? Like, can we not bring that up ever again?
She kisses back. And in the few seconds, she does kind of rest a hand on your cheek before you pull away, and she like kind of takes her hand back and I mean, the danger comment was rather funny.
Okay, but like, don't bring it up to anybody, because like it was really embarrassing, and they still call me Danger to this day.
It's true.
Can I call you Danger to this day? It's pretty funny.
No, I mean yes, but no.
Okay, Danger.
It's really funny because Will actually says Danger to me now, so it's. Anyway, so okay, so I'm just gonna roll my eyes, and then I need your advice. I need your opinion on some things.
Yeah, of course. What do you need?
And I like stutter for a few words, trying to figure out how to start this sentence, and just like, if you betrayed some friends in some way, how do you tell them?
Well, I mean, most of the friends I betrayed, I killed, so.
But I look towards the house a little bit, like I like these friends.
That's fair. I like your friends too. That's a hard situation. I've never had close enough friends to have that happen with. I suppose the best thing you could do is just be blunt and straightforward, hope for the best.
I was really
When in
hoping you
doubt,
had some
go down
hidden.
swinging.
I was really hoping you had some hidden legendary advice for me that I could use.
Nope, instead she just gave you when in doubt, whip it out.
No, I'm afraid I'm just a spy who hasn't lived in a country long enough to make friends, whether being on the run or trying to be murdered myself. And my only friends that I have now are actually my employers. So
I think you have 4 good friends. I think you have 4 good friends, and I point back to the house and then gesture towards myself afterward. I don't say bitch.
No, I yell it from the house.
David's been scrying somehow this entire time.
No one knows this, but I actually know how to lip read, and so I was watching them from down the street. I was really confused about anger or or something along that lines, and not calling Atris that, but I'm picking up parts of what they were talking about.
Of course. You kind of see she was already blushing, like after the kiss, you could see like a bit of a blush on her ashen gray skin. But as you continue to kind of talk, like, no, you have friends like in us, you see like her blush get a little bit deeper. And she's like, well, I'm kind of hoping to have 3 good friends and something else, but I suppose that's a conversation for another day. And you kind of see her look down and like kind of pick at her nails. But yeah, the best advice I could give you is be blunt, be straightforward, hope for the best, go down swinging if they turn on you.
So when in doubt, whip it out. Okay, I guess I can do that.
I've seen you use your rapier before. You're quite skilled with it.
There's so many jokes or lines, things you could say here.
Till is just in the corner, trying to hold back.
He's that like meme of that kid in class where he's like,
With all the pain.
yeah.
But yeah, that's the best advice I could give you, I'm afraid.
I don't want to make fun of the weapon. I'm not...
Do what you want, man. I put it out there for a reason.
No.
Even that was a sentence in which was an innuendo.
If you think long and hard enough, anything can be an innuendo.
I hate you guys. Okay, so
No, you do not.
I feel like there's I don't have anything to reply to that, and I feel like she's being truthful and sincere in saying that she doesn't have much to say other than just be honest with your friends. So I feel like I'm just gonna take that time to gaze deeply into her. No, I'm gonna like grab her arm and just drag her the same way that I dragged her out. I'm gonna just like bring her right back to the house, the exact same very weird what the fuck is happening way.
You have a high enough passive insight that she's clearly a little dazed by the kiss. Normally Triss is very like on top of her game. She's very quick-witted. She's very sharp. She's clearly just like, yeah. As she kind of drags you, she's not asking any questions. She's just letting it happen, kind of stumbling over her steps a little bit as she does. But yeah, you guys make it back to the house.
Okay, I would like to go back inside and eat some of this delicious breakfast that I smell.
All right. As you go to leave, she kind of catches your hand. I did mean what I said, though. I'm leaving. If you want, you're welcome to come with me. Or if you want to stick with your friends and risk and tell them the truth and risk being killed. I don't know if they might do that. They seem like the smashy murdery type. I don't know. Anyway, long story short, if you ever find yourself in Mesa, that's probably where I'll be next. I'll leave the marks around for you to find me.
This is so romantic.
It's pretty cute, yeah.
I feel like I'm just gonna ruin it by talking. I don't want to.
She kind of,
life.
the hand that she's holding, she brings it up and she kisses it gently and takes it down.
Oh,
Be safe. Don't get killed. And I'll see you soon. Oh, and tell Navora to work on her uppercut. She needs to really work on that a bit.
Triss that I know.
She just kind of looks at you for like a final moment and just nods and heads out.
Okay, so everybody saw that occurrence right there.
Zan and David are outside talking to Deva. This kind of happened in the front living room. It kind of depends on where Navora wants to be in all of this. If Navora wants to be in there, she absolutely can be. If she would be outside talking to her mom, she can be there.
I feel like I would be outside.
Yeah, so nobody saw that.
All right, sounds good. I'm just gonna.
Except for Elian, who was sitting in the corner.
Yeah.
Fucking parrot.
Who I was just at that moment looking through his eyes. Just kidding. No, you've had enough embarrassment, I think.
Thanks. No, I just want to go get some breakfast after that, and go back to the group.
Atris returns to the group. It's up to Atris how Atris returns to said group, if she's a little blushy, if she's totally cool.
So before going into that, are there like two separate groups, or is it like one giant group? Like, is everybody together, or
everybody's together out back at this point?
Excuse me. Okay, I feel like I come back like a little flustered, like stub the toe, accidentally like pull the chair about too far, like too hard, stuff like that, like just random like fuck. And then I sit down and grab some food off the table.
I just kind of glance over to Atris and I'm like, you good?
I'm fine. It's fine. Just eat breakfast.
All right.
That definitely draws more attention than him stumbling about.
So,
Oh, I know.
Atris, how did you sleep last night?
I like glare over at Navora, like.
Guys, like, again.
Oh God, no. My mom's
why are
here.
you being
Stop.
so
My
awkward
mom is
then?
here.
God, no, that's your
Stay
reaction to that?
here.
What are you?
No, my mom is here, guys.
Oh, I mean, yeah, I meant knitting. You guys knitted to. I'm like falling apart and so uncomfortable right now. I'm like,
I fully understand that my daughter is a fully grown, consenting adult, that she can do what she
Ew, mom! Like, that's not.
I just-
like,
left out of that.
This isn't where I parked my wagon. I just get up and leave. I'm like, this is so awkward. I'm gonna go over here.
last night, like I 100% was up like all night. And I'm like looking at Atris.
What?
Okay,
did
now
you
I need to help my husband. And I go wherever David went.
Don't
Did
you
David
have some
actually
things
leave?
to say?
I'm like in the backyard still, but like I'm just like looking at like the side of the building. Like, is this mahogany?
Sweetheart, look at that
or-
cloud. It's real cool.
Oh, what are those clouds? Are those like the ones that are really low to?
I mean, how do clouds even?
Oh, we should
right?
talk about that for at least 30 to 40 minutes. I agree.
leave?
I think they had some mushrooms this morning,
Well, yes, but not though. Never mind. Yeah.
They love mushrooms.
Right. Well, I've never met a Simic, but I've heard rumors of their love of mushrooms and mushroom tea, so checks out.
We're not drug addicts. Exactly.
I've
So
heard of the properties of hallucinogenic mushroom tea. Yes, I'm familiar. Sorry, Adrian. Go
Anyways.
on.
so they walked off after. So only Zan heard that comment. Is that, I'm guessing, because David had left a little bit before.
Yep.
Did you talk to Deva yet about any of this?
No, no, not yet. Do you want me to should I bring it up?
Well, I just didn't know how to go about it, so I'm gonna
I can pull her aside if you want me to, and you can talk to our friends.
Are we saying this in character? That's my.
I
I
was
guess.
gonna say, you do know I'm right here, right? If you wish to have a private conversation, I'm more than happy to go inside. I'm sure that there is some.
No, it's fine. I can leave you two, and I start to get up and leave the table. I'm just gonna grab some bacon and I'll be over there with the other two. And I start munching on the bacon and head towards the other group.
Right.
I'm so sorry. As he walks over.
Deva looks at Nahora and she's like, "So what's going on between her and that drow woman?"
like the what?
The one that was packing her bags this morning.
Tris?
Darling, how much were you able to get away with in your childhood? Obviously, I pay attention to things.
To be honest, I'm not 100% sure because she seems to fail every time things are supposed to happen.
You know what? We have all been there. Not me, but others.
Yeah, nice.
What are
nice.
we learning about
Classy.
your mom?
Yeah, classy. So I have a question for you.
Of course.
I don't know if I should tell her about last night.
Up to you.
Yeah, so when we used to go to the Feywild.
Yes, we often spoke to the council there and made sure that everything was good between the material plane and, Esmeos and the Feywild. Vice versa.
Would you recognize someone if I kind of explained them a little bit?
The main archfey that we always spoke to were very distinct in nature. I'm sure I'd be able to pull up a name. I don't know how long I've been out for. They could be a new one, perhaps.
Okay, so this one had very distinct white hair that cut off about here and then went into black. Right? Was it black hair it went to?
Mm-hmm.
Or just, yeah. And very long ears that come back. That's about all I got for you.
The cloak.
And a cloak.
Blue.
Navy blue. Normally wears a hood.
Giant ears.
I said the ears.
Well, unfortunately, names escape me. I don't know how long I've been out for, or if it could be another one. But I do recall being warned about a very powerful archfey who planned on, I forget the exact nature, but he planned some unsavory things for the material plane. He was bored.
Interesting, actually. That's quite interesting. Do you know who the traveler is?
Not a clue.
Oh, well, you're okay. Interesting.
About the
Okay.
Feywild, ask me about Archfays, ask me about druidic stuff. I know about that. I try not to deal with the outer world's gods and businesses and the sort. That was always your thing.
Okay, well, you were useful. Thank you very much.
Yeah, I just say that she's a little put back by the just, okay, thank you for the usage. Well, I'm glad I could be of assistance to you and your group. I hope everything's okay.
I think so. I think we have a couple things we need to sort out. But you could definitely be of some help if I have more questions for you.
Okay. Well, until we leave, I'm here, I suppose. And then I'll
No,
be traveling with you until we get to wherever we're going, because I don't really have a home anymore.
Absolutely. Hey, I have a really cool like bird thing. If you want back home, you can kind of hang out with. If you're looking to adopt another child.
Well, my child rearing days, well, there's a reason why I haven't adopted more, since you, Navora. You were a handful in and of yourself.
Yeah.
I believe
This-
my main concerns are going to be trying to rebuild what's left, at least, of the Madriel Woods.
Yeah, I get awkward at talking about things like that, so I'm just gonna be like, oh, thanks for the amazing breakfast again, and kind of cut out. I'm like, I have nothing else.
No.
to
I
say.
had to be awkward too. This is your moment.
I'm like, nope, this isn't like awkwardness done.
She just, like, as you're talking, she just kind of smiles at you, just clearly happy to be in your, like, just to see you again. It had been a while since she'd seen you before the accident happened, and then the accident happened, and then she was gone for longer. But she's just clearly happy to be with you.
And I think I would be the same way. Just happy to have her there.
We'll work on the talking about serious topics. It'll come with age and maturity, and you'll get there eventually. Now, I'm assuming that the three over there are going to need some information that I just gave you.
Yeah. Yep.
Well, I'm going to go and I'll tidy up from breakfast. Well, that's really all I can do. So, go speak to your friends.
Thanks again. I appreciate this.
Of course.
I go away.
We'll flash sideways and back a little bit to Atris, Davin, and Zan. Atris approaches with breakfast as you and Davin are talking about clouds.
Can you let me know whenever Navora were to enter the conversation?
Yep, we'll do.
Hey, so that was real weird danger. And I kind of like elbow her a little.
I feel like I approach the conversation exactly like this. Just like, oh God, like, please don't.
Can I tell that there's more going on with her than just like, oh wow, I'm awkward, doink.
Roll an insight check.
Okay.
Atris, I will... I guess this would be like a performance or a deception check to kind of like hide your feelings.
You tell me. I don't want to pick because it's a very obvious pick for me.
If you have one that you're better in, feel free to use that.
Okay, deception it is.
I got a 15 for insight.
Okay.
I got a soft 20 for deception.
Soft 20. You, Zan, she's acting off this morning. Like it's not you don't know exactly the nature of what's going on, but she's clearly like you've traveled with her enough that you know something's off.
Okay.
But that's about all you get.
So after she approaches and I make the joke and she seems a little weird, I feel like I'm like, so is this a Tris thing or is this like an Atris thing?
It's an us thing. It's a funky bunch thing.
Okay, you can't sleep with me and my husband. No.
I'm not into the swinging. Like it's fine.
I mean, you're a little into it, but okay, so it's something else. I understand. Will is so confused. He's only hearing my half of this conversation. Anyway. So Atris has approached us, and we've joked back and forth a little bit, and she said it's not either. It's a funky bunch thing.
Oh. Wait, we're trying to fuck the entire funky bunch? I'm confused.
I've already done at least
You're working
one.
on it. Yeah.
Group orgy.
This is gonna be like a weird Rocky Horror Picture Show sex scene.
Good reference! Yay.
You made a movie reference.
It's weird, I know.
I'm so proud. You don't understand. Anyways, okay, a funky bunch thing. So, are you coming to us first for a particular reason, or should we gather the whole group?
I like glance back at the conversation going on and come back over, and I'm like, I've already spoken to Navora about this, and I like kind of after looking back and coming back to you guys, I like stare at Daven more intently than I do you. I'm like, I think we should sit down. I'm not pregnant, and you're not pregnant, but I think we should sit down.
I was like, it wasn't me. I did not give him the drugs. Her the drugs.
I look at David. I'm like, did you?
No. No. Tony, I'm not into that kind of thing. I'm so confused. All right,
just
like,
take a seat.
Here? Like I just sit on...
Yeah, we can sit on the ground. That's fine, sure. And I like sit down Indian style.
I
on
sit
the ground.
cross-legged.
Meditating readiness.
I also sit cross-legged just on the ground, and I just kind of look up at Atris and like tap the ground next to me, like.
Yeah, okay, I'll sit. Okay. And I like sit down, like dreading the conversation, but like kind of overplaying the funny and awkwardness of the current scenario. So, and I address Daven specifically here. I might need to take. I might need to take your staff back.
Hand him my old staff. Go ahead, yeah.
I don't accept it, and I just look at him and I'm like,
You know
Not
what I
that
meant. Why?
It looks like
proceed to tell entire story of traveler items, healing items, etc. that has already been told to Navora.
David looks like a kicked puppy this entire time.
Oh.
Fuck. Trying to be a character.
Woosah!
Why are we giving him these things? I guess like I've heard, so I'm assuming you haven't told your intentions as to why you're doing it, but you've told what you've done. My interpretation of this. Do you even know why you're doing it?
It's been so long. I don't know if I really do. I know that he did it to.
I don't think
No.
that you do. Like, I think that he's only ever just asked you to do it, and you're like, you're the daddy, so yep, I'm gonna do it.
I mean, he's
For
not
sure,
wrong.
Sky Daddy.
Yeah. Oh, sorry. I gotta stay fucking close.
And okay, so then based off of that question, I feel like there's like a lot of inner reflection, and I'm just like, no, don't think I know why I'm doing it.
So as Atris is sort of contemplating, I kind of like I'm not looking at Atris. I kind of have my head down, but I kind of like gesture in her general direction and just kind of say, "I had a feeling this might be happening, but I was just kind of waiting to have this conversation." So I mean, we have your back. You've proven yourself to be trustworthy up until this point. So I guess it would make it a lot more clear to us if you could at least explain to us why it's so important to you.
Have I been trustworthy though? Because I stole a lot of things?
I mean, trustworthy outside of the stealing of things, sure, which you're a rogue, so it's sort of to be expected.
I haven't, to me, nothing has changed yet because I was anticipating a good reason for you doing so. So, you not having a good reason is definitely going to affect my trust of you because, I guess my assumption would have been that you were to hear that you don't have one and you're just blindly trusting a sibling of the people we're fighting is concerning.
I as Atris, I don't view it that way.
Yeah,
I only view it as...
This is the conversation that we are going to have.
Well, I feel like we're having it.
Yeah,
like,
we are.
Like
it's
happening right now. Yeah,
That's
I don't think this is out of character.
Okay,
so I think
okay,
you're voicing this concern. Yeah. So I think when you say this, I'm like, the Traveler is so much better than these other people. He hasn't killed a single person. He hasn't caused any war. He hasn't taken over Navora's mom and made a casino.
Do you think he would always tell you the full truth, though? He seems a bit tricksy.
He seems.
Well, we were working on that because I was gonna see his face in a couple of things, couple of gifts.
Okay, well, what would seeing his face? It just, to me, it seems like that is a very easy thing, and what you're doing for him is putting your life in peril. So I guess I'm just struggling with that idea. You're keeping in mind, you're talking to two people who are not religious.
Oh yeah, no, like I have things. Don't worry. Yeah, like I'm full on. Like no, you're okay. Like you're going to insult my god by telling me that I'm not his most devoted subject. Like, how could you ever assume that?
We're almost saying the exact opposite because you're so devoted, you're not questioning him.
No, I'm not. I'm absolutely questioning him. I want to know why he's doing these things, and I want things in return. I understand where you're coming from, but Atris is. This is Atris's mindset.
Yeah, I'm speaking as if I don't actually know your perspective, and I am just talking as my character. Just for clarity's sake, all you've asked for in return, gifts ? Stuff that I'm not sure of, and to see his face, but that doesn't show his true intentions of what these things mean to him, symbolically, or even like I'm only drawing references of giving him the power components of all of his siblings seems like it gives him a lot of power. Maybe he hasn't done anything because he's never had all of their power to do something.
But he's protected me from my brother. When my brother was at his peak anger, when he was going to seek revenge, he was there for me.
But you are an asset to him.
It's at this point that Navora walks in.
Hey guys, seems kind of heated over here.
Just going through the motions.
So Atris, I'm guessing you told them?
Yeah, and I feel like they don't understand the importance of this.
Atris, 1 second, for a second. Why are you guys all sitting on the ground?
He asked us to sit.
I sit down on the ground with y'all. Okay.
How's Appa?
So I asked my mom, and she kind of said something that it made me think, and just catching the rear end of your conversation, I think Davin's right. My mom was warned about someone who was very powerful and hold on. Bored, you said?
Mhm.
Yeah, bored. And wanted to take something anyways and create something from my like understanding more powerful. Do you have any reason to believe that the traveler might be this person she was warned of?
Oh my god, it's Sarek. Sorry,
I know,
I feel like that's what's
right?
happening, and I'm so excited about it. Sorry, continue.
The traveler's human, though. I had no reason to doubt that he would be doing any of this until
But
just now.
Atris, you've never seen him as a human or as a non-human form.
Atris, roll another history check for me, please.
I don't want to feel like we're gaining up right now, and I don't like that because I don't want to put Atris under this like stress level.
In my
But I'm
opinion,
trying
he's
to
put
be the
himself there,
nicest.
unfortunately.
I'm being the nicest and
Yeah.
like trying to be understanding as an Avora like can be.
Well, even like how Davin's feeling is like he's more questioning.
You're fine. Continue. I just didn't want to give her.
Like it's the consequences are so high of this circumstance that it's not something that I can just accept. You know what I mean? Like Davin can't just accept inherently without having this conversation that I trust him. He's been my god, so therefore what he is doing is going to be okay. The reason that Davin is having this discussion and trying to get more information is because I haven't done any of that stuff. So as an outsider, it's just a part of the process of me wanting to believe you, but needing you to justify it more. That's all. You know, Davin's like not unopposed to doing this, but I want to make sure it's the right thing because it's concerning to me.
Same.
I do trust you as a character. Like, I could see why this has happened. That's why I don't hold like a ton of like resentment towards you, I guess, in this circumstance, because I could see myself being that person. Doing the same thing.
I got a 4.
You got a 4 on your history check. Okay.
Oh, that was, you just wanted me to randomly. Okay.
I want to look at Zan and just be like, Zan, have you ever been to the Feywild? Like, do you know much about it?
Nope.
No, Zan has nothing. Okay. Just trying to see what I can help out with here.
Nora,
Mm-hmm.
roll a history check for me.
Again?
Yeah.
Oh, I did better this time. 17.
17. After talking to your mother and talking to the group about everything going on, something clicks. As you remember being told by your mother, you remember being told this description of an archfey with all black eyes, black markings under his eyes on his forehead, under his eyes on his forehead, and like long kind of tucked black eyebrows. You remember he was described as having white hair that transitioned into black. You remember being warned that this archfey was a bit of a loose cannon in the Feywild, and that he was definitely something to look out for. You remember his name as Fetch the Wanderer.
Sorry, Fetch, F-E-T-C-H?
Yep.
That's so fat.
2 movie references in one day. What is this?
I know. Make my brains.
Atris, do you know, have you ever heard of Fetch the Wanderer?
DM?
No. You
No,
don't have
I'm
any healing
total-
wild in Archway.
Who?
Do you guys know who this is? You've ever heard of him? I feel like I have nothing to go off of here because they wouldn't know.
Nobody else in the group really has any ties or connections to the Feywild. It's all kind of you. You and
Okay.
Dave.
You know the travelers. Does he have a real? Do gods have like a normal name?
I've always known the traveler is the traveler, the shadow is the shadow, and so on.
I just didn't know if
And
maybe in those novels that you so studiously
Well,
read, maybe they had mentioned another name for him.
I was
Do you
also going to
think-
ask about that too.
Everybody roll a history check for me.
And I have another question on top of that. Do you want me to wait on that, or
No, you can ask your question.
would the Feywilds have been mentioned in any of those books that I've read?
No.
I got a 2.
Okay.
Wait, what are we rolling on? Sorry.
History, 11 for me.
History. 11.
Am I rolling too?
2 as well. Oh, 3. I guess I have a +1.
Really smart group we got going on here.
No.
Hey, I got 18.
18. Okay. Navora, being the big brains of this operation.
Wow, that's
Apparently
a
all
lot.
of a sudden, guys,
That
I
makes
have
me feel
brains.
worried.
This is my one special episode.
Oh god.
Things all at once. And you kind of come to a well, I'll let you come to the conclusion. You remember a few things all at once.
Mhm.
In every book that you've read about the Traveler was killed by his siblings. The Traveler's tomb was to encase his body. You remember with Fetch the Wanderer, he was bored with the Feywild and wanted something interesting to happen in the material plane.
Is that it?
That's it.
Okay. Eureka! um, I don't know where to take this though. I don't know what to say.
Fuck.
If you want.
Yes.
Sorry, go ahead, David.
No. Not yet. Okay.
The dog.
Fetch.
Navora,
Oh, I'm sorry. Fuck.
if you wish, you can roll a d20 based on which. So a d20 is going to be broken into 4: 1 to 5, 5 to 10. 1 to 5.
6 to 10, 11 to 15, and
Yeah,
16
that.
to 20.
Numbers. DM's not a big brain. Navora's the big brain today. I will let you roll a d20,
First
and
time
based
ever.
on the number you roll, I will tell you a theory of what
Okay,
what the information that you have just collected, what it could be.
because I have a theory.
Okay, if you
But
have a naturally developed theory, then run with that. I'm just trying to help you guys out as a group, which I shouldn't as a DM, but.
Okay, no, I have a theory. I just don't know how to put it into words. Okay, Atris. Do you think the Traveler's actually the Traveler?
I have no reason to believe that the traveler is not the traveler.
But do you have, like, full-on proof that it is the traveler?
I'm not sure what you mean, because why would the traveler show himself to me? I don't understand.
Oh man, I don't know how to. I think
Get out the
this-
whiteboard in the red yard, guys.
Yeah. I don't know, guys. I can't put this into words.
Come
man.
on, big brain, you can do it. Big brain, big brain.
Because you've never seen the traveler, and because of what I saw last night, I think this is someone who is presenting themselves as a traveler, as the traveler, to you, to get all of these things from the gods, to be super powerful and make things go boom.
That's a very...
Oh shit, that's a dope theory. Dude, sign me up for this conspiracy theory. I'm in.
I can't see... I can't see this. From what I saw last night, it doesn't make sense that the traveler would make himself look like Fetch. But I could 100%. I explained Fetch in the previous sentence. I'm like, something's not sitting right with me.
I feel like I'm just getting angrier as this conversation goes on. Like, not only is the group questioning the motives of my decisions after I saved Navora's mom and gave money to Butcher, I'm now getting angry that you're questioning that my god even exists, because I pray specifically to the traveler. And like, I guess I'm trying to vocalize this as well as I can. I'm praying to the traveler, not nightly, but every week or fortnight, to try to figure out if we're doing the right path here. And you're telling me that I'm worshiping a false god who is this arch-fae who wants to...
That's not what she's saying at all. What you worship and what you are receiving are unrelated. Like, just because your intentions are pure in approaching the traveler does not mean that the person that is approaching you is the traveler. So like...
Exactly.
Atris, when you call on the traveler, do they respond every single time?
No.
See, I feel like that's a problem, sweetheart.
When you pray to the Lord, when you pray to the gods, they never reply always. The gods are busy; they're everywhere and always at all times.
But always seems to come when you kill a god.
Wait, say that again.
He always seems to show up when you kill a god and have something to give to him.
Yeah, it seems like he's using you. And that's just like the way it is, unfortunately.
And I mean, okay, Atris, think about it like this. If we felt as though you were using us to get to those things and you were a bad person because of that, we wouldn't want to be around you anymore. But we know you're a good person, and which is why we're willing to hear you out. The traveler isn't offering you the same shit. You know what I mean? So I feel like that implies that they're not a good person or a good god, whatever.
From what I heard last night and what I saw last night, Atris, there's something not sitting right there.
I feel like I'm just getting more and more demoralized about the situation. And
I feel like you're being attacked, and I don't like that.
I am being attacked. I feel like I know it's not actually, but like
I'm feeling very attacked right now.
But I feel like Atris feels attacked. Like,
yeah,
in some like 1 to 5% like truth in the conversation that's happening, I still feel like Atris is like not livid, but just frustrated and flustered with the current situation.
All of your majority of what you've lived by is now in question. I think that it's totally fair to feel defensive about all of this. I think that this might be something that is worth just sitting on, and thinking over, and being honest with yourself, and then tell us where you land after that, because we want to support you, but this seems like a bad idea. That's where I think
I can't handle you guys attacking my past, and I feel like you need to back off.
Honey,
I just want to right after that, I want to stand up from the ground of watching clouds and go back and into the house, or just I
don't know why you're quoting. We were doing that. Fuck. Oh, this is so tense. I
have walked away. I'm gone, for the record. Officially. Okay, just making sure.
I think that I guess we'll just look at the group, and I'm just I want to believe him, but I don't know that.
Atris has proven themselves, while being, albeit a bit sneaky, to be a relatively good person in regards to this group, and I understand your hesitation, but I'm glad that we're at least giving her some time to think about this, because the points that we're raising aren't,
crazy.
crazy.
Yeah.
They're not out of line, right?
I wish you guys could see what I saw, and Atris 100% wanted to tell us about what was happening. This is not him. He didn't want to do it he was doing it because it's what his God's been telling him to do. I just can't agree that the God is who he thinks he is.
Oh, and I agree. I think we all know how stubborn Atris can be, and
yes,
allowing her time to sort of maybe
Oh, not even there. What?
I will say, at the end of this, I also think that, imagine you spend your entire life something, and then to have people question that with in my opinion, valid arguments.
100%.
I don't know that I would have reacted even half as well as he did. So
Atris definitely gains our respect, and will respect whatever decision she decides to come to.
Mm-hmm. I just also feel the need to protect her from getting further into this.
And everyone, who knows what this person will do with all of these items.
From what I've heard, it's not good things. This person does not have great intentions for our plane that we exist on.
We could also discuss this with Redemption. Maybe she might have information about this person as well. That might help, but at least our argument towards convincing Atris. I think that we all just kind of sit in silence, think about stuff that happened. Let the DM take it away.
Atris, as you begin to walk inside, you kind of feel someone follow you in. As you kind of get inside into the main kitchen area, you look and you see Deava just kind of leaning against the wall, just looking at you. Clear concern on her face, as she didn't necessarily hear what happened, but she just kind of heard bickering and a loud back and forth. Is everything okay over there? You seem to be upset. Are you okay?
Is there a window looking out to the group there?
Yeah, there's kind of a nice bay window.
I just want to. So while explaining this, I want to look back at the group as they're continuing to talk. Navora said the strangest thing, and it has me questioning everything, because now the group that I'm traveling with, who I considered friends less than an hour ago, are attacking me and my belief system, and they're saying that the traveler is this arch-fae person, Fetch, and she said that you told her this.
You see her demeanor goes from just kind of a gentle concern, are you okay? She goes white. I'm sorry, okay. Navora is saying that you're worshipping a person who you believe to be the Traveler, correct?
I know to be the Traveler, and I like make sure that I'm adamant and correct her.
And Navora is saying that the Traveler is potentially Fetch the Wanderer.
I didn't know he had a title, but yes, this fetch person.
Atris. Archfey are known for being clever. They're known for being sneaky when they wish to be. Fetch the Wanderer is a very deceitful individual who cares nothing but his own personal gain. He doesn't care about the lives of a mortal. That's the blink of an eye for him. All he cares about is getting what he wants. And from what I remember from years ago, what he wants is destruction, pain. When did this individual start to come to you?
Are you like the first time, or to ask me for things?
When did he make his presence known to you?
I feel like that would have been like when I was younger, when my brother and I had a falling out.
And your brother, I'm guessing, your family, the only people, like the only person you had?
Yes.
A person who is newly alone and newly hurt is easily tricked and easily given a false sense of comfort. Idris, do you think it's possible that you were manipulated?
Not molested, manipulated.
Possible that you are Kimmy Schmidt.
Have a seat, please. Have a seat. In my mind, there is no way that I would allow myself to be tricked by this arch fetch fey thing, whatever you call it. There is no way that I would ever allow that to happen, and you're clearly on their side.
Atris, I am on no one's side. I am merely speaking as someone who's very familiar with Archfey and the things that they can do. I apologize, I don't know anything about the Traveler, but I do know things about Archfey, and I do know about Fetch the Wanderer, and I do know about the danger and the chaos that he brings with him.
He hasn't. The Traveler hasn't done anything. Nothing's happened.
Is he asking for powerful artifacts?
He just wants his. If your sibling died, you would want something of theirs too, no?
These Dark Six that you're currently dealing with, I'm assuming they are called Dark for a reason.
I mean, yeah, but like they're not all bad.
The Traveler, what did he take domain over? What did he cherish?
One moment. He is the twin of the Shadow. He's the perfect spy. And he liked anybody and could cause mayhem. And he made changelings. I couldn't think of the name. I say that in conversation form, not just reading from a list. Smile.
Yep. So he was a trickster. And it's easy to see why an Archfey would take his place. Is the Traveler, as far as you know, is the Traveler even alive?
I mean, I've seen him. I've seen the Traveler. There are books written about him. I know he's alive.
In these books, is he considered dead?
The traveler in these books is also considered a human, so no.
Atris.
No, I can't. I can't deal with this, and I just like leave. I like
She-
walk out the front door and
She catches your arm. Roll a dexterity. Roll a acrobatics check for me, please.
God, everything's starting to piece together. Holy fuck.
Yeah, I totally forgot to throw that part in earlier, so I apologize. Thank
18.
you for.
Sorry.
18.
Oh, okay, I thought you said 8, and I'm like, you're a rogue. You like begin to head out the door, and she goes to grab your arm just to stop you, but she stumbles and kind of falls to the ground, catching herself kind of like on her knees in a hand. Atris, please, it's not your fault. It would happen to the best of us. And those are kind of her final words to you as you begin to head out the front door.
I feel like an orphan who's running away.
Like mad at your parents for telling you your best friend is a piece of shit.
Yeah, literally.
A bad
Sitting there.
influence. You can't be around them. Fuck you, Mom! You don't know them like I do!
We'll flash sideways, and we'll go to the three of you.
I have so many theories now.
I feel like I
Get
would get up.
Sorry.
You get up.
No. What were you gonna say before that?
Here, this is me
I just
now.
had time to get up before.
Oh.
There we go.
I feel like I want to get up, and I'm like, should I go talk to her?
What do you think I'd say?
I don't, just anything to get her to see that we only want the best for her.
I think that when someone's believed something their whole life, it's really hard to hear that they might be wrong. And I think that
Well,
he just needs some time to process all of these things. We probably just overwhelmed him.
what do we do now? We know we want to go talk to somebody, but will she want to come with us?
Yeah, that's where it's hard, where I don't know what he will want. I feel like
Maybe
giving over the staff is a...
Did you give it to her?
No.
Oh.
As he clutches it like his baby.
Never!
It's in an undisclosed secret location.
I've hid it forever. In my backpack, which conveniently can hold a giant
I was
staff.
gonna say the like dragon claws like sticking out a little bit.
Yeah.
What happened?
I don't know. We lost your face.
Oh, that was really weird. Hold on, look at the phone to go back. Video.
I think it's best that we just give them some time to think about it.
I mean, realistically, Atris always does end up coming to the right conclusions. I mean, she didn't tell us that she was taking these artifacts until now, but she did tell us, so maybe she just needs some space.
And she did question Traveler at some point, right? Like, even have brought this up to us would have meant that she was at least considering that this seems suspect, and so I hope that they can realize that we are coming from a similar place. I just think that, okay, so I'm assuming that we knew about the fact, like, that the Traveler, you said something that you didn't tell Atris.
Yeah, like that it wasn't, that in the books I read, the Traveler was dead.
So if the Traveler was dead, it would make a lot of sense why we sealed the tomb and this person was an imposter, because that means that the Traveler couldn't interject anymore.
100%. 100%.
So that's why I think that this theory could be true.
Or something, but something's just not right.
Yeah.
Which is crazy.
I think Atris is going to have to become comfortable in questioning her own surroundings, and I think that makes her uncomfortable. understandably so.
And nobody wants, especially someone stubborn as Atris, to admit that they are wrong.
I mean, that too, absolutely. So,
And not that she's wrong. Somebody just fucked her over.
that she's been manipulated. I think that's going to be a hard pill for her to swallow.
Stockholm syndrome.
Is that a Caesar?
Yeah.
That's like Will's favorite drink, by the
It's
way.
amazing.
His mom got him this special thing. It's like a tin, but it's like a circular tin for rimmer. It's circular and like big, so you, whatever glass you have, you can just dip it in. It's already rimmed.
The same people that make the like pickled beans.
Yep.
Yeah,
That's amazing.
Fucking bomb. I've become an alcoholic this last weekend and a half.
That's okay.
That's fair.
I'm like, join the club.
I've been there for a while. Hi.
Yeah, I drank like half a 60 by myself, sitting at home.
I don't know what that is.
60 ounces.
Oh. He
Wait,
still
what?
doesn't know what that is.
I still don't know what that is.
The bottle is like this big and this big around.
Well, I can't use metric because that doesn't mean anything to you, so I don't understand. I thought
You usually
ounces
say
were
like a
American.
big bottle or a little bottle of something.
Okay,
A
so
ginormous bottle.
okay, do you know what a Mickey is?
Not a Texas Mickey.
No.
He's not gonna know what a Mickey is. He's American.
I don't know. I'm asking.
Mickey is very
terms.
much a Canadian thing.
Yeah.
Anyways, alcohol aside,
Yeah.
theories.
It could be this person pretending to be the traveler. We sealed the traveler's tomb so that the traveler couldn't interject. Is like the leading theory.
Because up until we did that, theoretically, it could have been the traveler. But since sealing the traveler's tomb, I feel like it wouldn't be.
Do we know the Dark Six? Is there only 6 of them? Or were those the only ones that were like
Oh.
considered?
The Dark Seven. Haha.
I mean, it could be like a lesser demon, but I don't think that's the case. Like, if anything, I
Yeah.
think it would be like an archfey, like something that's kind of god tier, but not within
Not in
their
this-
little circle. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. Yeah.
As far as you know, there's just 6.
Just a powerful, unrelated.
Yeah. So I say the three of us are just kind of shooting the shit and talking theories.
Zan and Nabora, you guys both hear the front door slam.
I turned to Navara. Do you want to go check on that?
I don't know. You're a little bit more on the mothery side, and you might have a better touch than me.
Okay.
I'm like, I
It's
don't
definitely
wanna
one
get
of you
yelled
two.
at.
That's all I know.
Yeah. Okay. I'll be back. And I get up and walk into the house.
And I have a weird. I want to get up and walk into the house too because I want to talk to what's her face, like my mom, because I got a weird sense of.
You know, what's her face? Oh yeah, parental figure.
My-
surrogate mother.
My adopted ma.
So yeah, you guys both walk in. You see the door like is slammed shut. You see Deva kind of picking herself up and dusting herself off, just kind of muttering to herself, shaking her head. She looks to you two and just this is a very, very bad situation, as I'm sure you're both aware. If our theory is correct.
I mean, we've been in company of Atris for a while, and let's just say that this reaction is not unexpected.
Is there any way to have them come to their senses at all?
Time.
In regards to what we think, I mean, we have a few theories and ideas, but I mean, us moving forward sort of depends on how Atris takes this, and she seems to be the type of person who requires a bit of time to contemplate.
She isn't in a good place right now, and I fear for what she may do. I don't know if it's best to follow her, but it's best to keep an eye on her at least. She just left.
Zan, maybe
Nabora-
you should go.
Well, I would love to go, but I feel like she would be looking out for my presence. Would you at all be invested in sending Elian to follow her?
Absolutely. Come here.
Elian just kind of groggily, like, comes over, like he's clearly sleeping, and he's just looking at you like, what do you want?
And then I just like, okay, bye. And I drop into presence. I'm going to take on the full Elian experience.
Yeah, you're like, Deva kind of like catches you, like very familiar with what you're doing.
Bye.
And yeah, you eyes and ears into Elian. And I'm guessing you head out.
Yep.
I'm assuming someone opens the door for you so you can leave.
I'll open the door, and then after Elian leaves, I'll just kind of help Deva kind of brush off the dust and dirt and take her back out to the backyard, and me, her, and Daven will just kind of shoot the shit.
Okay. All right, Navora, as Elian, you run outside.
Come on, Elian. Let's be good today.
Roll some perception for me.
Oh, I haven't used Elian's.
I believe he gets advantage with keen senses.
So that would be soft 20.
Soft 20. You sniff the air looking around, and sure enough, you're able to catch Atris's scent. You can tell that they're about, I don't know, a minute and a half kind of up a street.
Okay, cool. Keep following him then. Her.
All right. A few moments go by, and Atris, are you walking or running?
I feel like I ran out, and after, I don't know, like a minute, just slowed down to a jog and then gradually to a walk.
Okay. It's a few minutes, probably about 3 minutes, before you see a familiar white fox.
I'm sorry, wait, what?
A white fox.
The
Oh, I know
A
giraffe,
white
is,
raccoon.
the giraffe is staring at you.
Oh, thank you. Like, God, I was so confused. Sorry, I had to.
Mm-hmm.
Am I want to be like not around and not be in plain sight, but I assume that I am at this point. Is it staring directly at me? Like, am I on like a fucking?
Roll stealth check for me.
I'm sorry, roll what?
Stealth.
I'm good at those. That's a 21.
21. You see Elian. Elian doesn't see you. You're kind of ducked into an alley. And you see a white fox. Navora, the smell of Atris is close, but you can't discern from where it is.
Yeah, I don't think I have any intention of making myself known. I think the events that have just occurred have made me just like not want to be around or see any familiar faces.
Navora, you can roll another perception if you wish, contested against Atris's stealth.
Yeah. Another soft 20.
Okay, Atris, roll another stealth check for me. We're playing hide and seek today.
I, for the record, haven't been using the advantage just because I feel like while running my hood fell off and I'm too much of in a rush to put it back up. Just so you're aware for roll stake. It's a 19.
19. Yeah, Elian, Navora, you are able to just kind of catch a glimpse of Atris as she changes which alley she's going down.
I'm gonna fall behind. So be unseen.
Okay, roll stealth check, and Atris, roll a perception check. This is just spy versus spy at this point.
I wouldn't see shit. I got a 6.
Okay.
17.
17, yeah. Ellie, and you're able to kind of duck in behind boxes and you're just kind of walking and following. Atris, as you're walking, you do see the familiar markings of the thieves' camp that Triss left around.
Nothing new, just the old ones.
Oh, just the old ones.
Can I have a question about praying. And I don't know if this is something that you can answer outright. Can I pray to a god that isn't my own?
Which god are you trying to pray to?
Not one that's dead, but one of the other 6. So, like the mockery, I guess, is still alive?
That seems kind of ironic.
Yeah.
Right.
Roll a religion check for me.
I hate fucking rolling religion. It's so stupid. I got a 5.
I mean, you can certainly try.
Ouch.
Your gods are weird. You're not quite sure how gods work.
Can I... Are these all 2-story around me? Like, I'm thinking of like a row home of houses.
Yeah, pretty much.
Just wood, I guess. Can I try to duck into... Are all these houses boarded up?
No.
Okay, then can I jump into one and just jump onto the 2nd story of one of these buildings?
Yep. You can do that.
I want to try to find like a room that is somewhat secluded in a way. I just want to be away from the main thoroughfare and be... I know there's not really a bunch of people, but like be in this hideaway room so that I can pray in peace.
Okay. Yeah, you're definitely able to do that. Navora, as Elian, you see Atris kind of deke into a house.
Okay, I want to go see if I can watch from a spot where he's not gonna see me.
Okay. Roll a stealth check. Atris, roll perception.
Soft 20.
Stealth 20.
13.
13. As you begin to find a secluded room, you do see Elian kind of deke in around the door that you've opened.
I do see him, you said?
Yep.
Okay. I think I'm kind of whatever about it. Can I just close the... Is there a door? I'm gonna assume... Okay, I'm gonna assume there is a door. I just want to close the door for the room.
Okay.
And
You're easy enough. You're able to close it before Elian gets in.
perfect. And then I just want to... I don't know, whatever stance that I would normally take, Indian style, cross leg, whatever, and just I want to. I don't know specifically how I would do this, but I want to use the exact same technique that I would normally call the traveler with, but I want to call to the mockery instead.
Okay. You close your eyes and begin to, whenever you called out to the traveler, whether it was seeking advice or security, whatever you needed, you would always sit, kind of empty your mind and just think of the traveler. You would think of the familiar blue cloak, and you would think of like the tie that you have with him. You would kind of hold the religious symbol that you have, and he would normally come. So you begin to try and do this with the mockery. You don't have his religious symbol, so you just kind of clasp your hands together and just reach out to the mockery. Roll a religion check.
I got a 12. I think that's okay.
As you sit and think, nothing happens.
I don't want to stop. I just want to keep doing this.
I'll allow you to roll one more religion check for me.
I'm using an inspiration point. This is fucking stupid. — 18. That's a good one, right?
As you're as you're holding your hands together and just thinking of the mockery, the world around you seems to dissipate for a moment. And everything around you goes black. You look up and begin to stand, as before you stands an entire black column. Seems to be about 9 to 10 feet tall. And all you see is a white at the top. You stand and realize that while you appear to be in just an inky black void, you are still standing on ground. Roll a perception check for me.
Seven.
Yeah, all you see is black. The black column begins to shrink. As before you stands a black cloaked figure wearing a white porcelain mask with feminine features painted onto it. The first thing you notice about her now that she's standing closer to you is the black raven feathers that line her cowl. I can't take chat seriously. I don't know why I watch it. You know not of who you call to, my child.
I probably don't, and I'm sorry. I don't even know why I'm apologizing to you, because we've done things that you would not be proud of, but I seek an audience with you, and I'm sorry.
Do you know who I am?
I hope that you are the mockery. I'm hoping that I'm calling to the right god now.
I am the Raven Queen.
Okay, so great. I can't even call to the god that I want to. Great. Hi.
The god which you call upon has caused much pain and destruction. I would know. I've seen it all, and unfortunately I nurtured it. You, my dear changeling, are hurt. You are seeking comfort in a very difficult time. But you seek it with the wrong individual. Be grateful that I heard your prayers first. For the last thing you want to see is the cloak of skin that my son bears.
Are you able to help me then?
What do you seek?
I need to know if the traveler is alive or not.
My youngest son is unfortunately passed. He was killed many years ago by the Fury. Unfortunately, you have been an important piece in the chessboard of another being's deception. And for that, I am truly sorry for your pain. It's at this point that you kind of look down and you see a red string coming from your chest and just down into the inky black void. You see behind her cowl thousands of red strings streaming from her back, thousands, millions, billions, infinite number of red strings. Unfortunately, Your thread of fate is not over yet. I know the pain you feel is fresh, and I know the pain you feel is new. But you need to trust in your friends that they only wish to look out for you. Your group has been chosen to take on the burden of taking out this group of individuals that I unfortunately reared. That's why the threads of fate have brought you together. To take on this burden and save the realm.
So, you knew and you didn't tell me that you couldn't send a sign of any kind that your youngest son was dead and this fetch was out to get me. You couldn't send any word.
Fortunately, the reach of gods is long, but not that long. It was not my place. The only reason I am able to speak to you now is with your prayer to a dastardly individual. When you return to my high priestess, I will have her explain the mockery and his unforgiving path.
I just have so many. You can't take out your own kin. You can't do this yourself.
It is not my place.
Bullshit! You fucking reared them. Can you give me any sort of lead or any sort of direction as to where to go with this? Is there any help you can give me?
What I can give you is a word of advice. Trust in your friends. They wish only for what's best for you. Speak if you really wish to know of the mockery. Speak to redemption. Speak to Zariel the Wrathful.
Could you spell that is that like 3 Z's or 2?
You remember that Redemption's true name is Zariel.
Right. I didn't know it was
definitely
the Wrathful.
not a confrontation that we've had in the past.
The Wrathful part threw me off because I knew her name, but I didn't know the Wrathful part. So
Tell her of our conversation. Tell her of the thread that you have seen. And she should tell her story willingly.
Right, I'm just like
I have one more question before all of this fades. How can I know if this person, this fetch person is watching me? Is he watching us now? Does he know that I'm speaking to you? Does he have eyes at all times? I need to know when he knows I'm doing things.
While there is no viewing within the Palace of Memories, as you are here now, he cannot see you. He does watch you. Speak to your druidic friend regarding magic that can see people. I apologize, but that is all I can give you. And with that, the black begins to fade as the raven feathered cowl just erupts, and raven feathers fly throughout the air, and you open your eyes and you're back in the room. you hear like Elian's little paws kind of scratching against the door. You're not sure how long has passed. Beside you, you see an elongated raven feather.
Okay, I'm gonna stash that in the old inventory. Thank you. Is this like, is it different from any normal raven that would be in the wild now? Like, is it?
It's definitely a lot longer than any feather, like any raven feather you've seen. It's a lot shinier. It's full, like there's no like missing chunks to it. But that's about it, as far as you can discern.
Okay. I'm gonna stash that. I'm gonna pick that up and throw that in my bag, and then kind of like grumbly get up and open the door and just look down and roll my eyes and say, "Hi, Elian."
Question. Do I know how long it's passed? Like, how long has it been for me scratching at the door? Did I see something happen? What, like, can I please?
It's been a few minutes.
Okay.
But yeah, you've just kind of been scratching at the door. You didn't hear anything. Atris was silent.
Okay, I just want to kind of like run around his feet and just kind of like motion to like come back.
I like, can I pick up Elian and put Elian on my shoulder?
Yeah, you have no idea it's Navora, but yeah, like I'm 100% down with that. Like,
Navora, what color eyes do you have?
I think purple.
Yeah, you you do notice that instead of the normal like kind of fox eyes, Elian has, that they are purple.
I honestly feel like Atris is just so absorbed in the conversation that just happened, whether it was real or not, that she doesn't pay attention to anything other than there's this fucking rhinoceros at the door.
And you just picked it up, put it on your shoulder.
I couldn't hold it, I'm sorry. Anyway,
Atris is jacked.
I pick up this fox and put it on my shoulder and just like, and I feel like almost subconsciously like trek back towards the house.
Amazing.
Navora, Ellie and Navora and Atris are gone for the better part of an hour. As they all, like before they return, I'm assuming David, Zan, and Deva have just kind of been like idle chit chat.
So Navora is probably a hard teenager, huh? Just a lot of that.
Oh, she was so much. She would always leave in the middle of the night and go to the nearest village. She would go to the bars and she would steal the alcohol. It was a lot. It was a lot to handle. There's a reason why I didn't adopt a second.
Okay, so she's changed a little bit, but not as much as you would like, I'm sure.
Excellent. Okay, well, that certainly gives me a heads up. She's always been a free-spirited one, but I suppose that's what drew me to her in the first place.
Makes a lot of sense. She's lucky to have such a grounded person like you.
It wasn't always. But thank you.
We just chat like that.
Yeah. But yeah, eventually Atris and Ellie body, Navora mind return.
I wait the entire time to come back to my body with Atris because like I could have just like went back the whole time, but nope. I waited and was like, next thing I was like, thanks for the ride, man. Or gal, whatever.
But yeah, they return. Navora goes back in her body. Finger guns.
Okay, so I'm just gonna open the door and walk in, and who's in the main room? I'm assuming Navora's like sitting right by the fucking entrance of the door.
Yep.
I don't know who else is around.
Everybody's kind of inside.
Yeah.
I want to ask what happened.
Kind of scared to bring it up because I feel like he could be watching. I want to voice that. Like, I feel like you asked, like, is everything okay? What happened, etc. And I kind of sit there for a second, and I'm just like, I don't think now's the time. But just know we have a new task, and we need to go see Redemption.
Understood.
Okay, just because I know that's where we all kind of want to go anyways, I
Yeah.
feel like I would just take it and be like, amazing. Like, great.
I think that my assumption would be that like you've just come to like understand our perspective without knowing that you've actually like had this
Yeah.
discussion. I'm like, we got through to him. That's so exciting.
We're so
Yeah,
absolutely.
Yes, you are deciding to go to Redemption, and we love that. That's great. Yes.
So, Atris, as you kind of walk in and say that, are you like looking around all sketchily? Or are you like purposely being stealthy about?
I don't want you guys to know that I'm looking around. So
Okay, I
if
won't
I have to
roll for
roll
it.
something for that, then I will.
No, it's okay. I was just gonna try and roll for insight to see if I could tell that something was off, but it's not necessary. It's all good. We'll just assume that you're gonna come with us, and that's the plan.
Yeah, I don't want anybody to know. I want to be like, you know, that conspiracy theorist, but like not conspiracy theorist. You know what I mean? Like everything's fine, but like the world's flat. It's fine. Whatever.
Mhm, mhm.
All right. So to get back to Redemption, to Volmiak's Keep, that was how many days again?
5.
Fuck.
Why?
Mom, do you know how to teleport?
No.
Damn it.
Plus, I'm a little exhausted still.
You have been dead for a while. It's
I
fine.
would say about 3 levels worth of exhausted.
That's a lot.
So I'm just gonna sit back and not do a whole lot.
Man.
She's coming with us.
Yes.
No, like I know she is. I just
Oh,
want to voice that
okay.
again out loud for everybody. Like, I want to make sure that it's known that she's coming with us.
Well, duh.
So it's about this point, yeah, it's like noon.
Okay, so we have to get
Well,
going
dude.
now then.
Yeah. Well, Atris, if you are doing okay, then I think we should head out.
Where is our horses and carriage? I couldn't think of the word.
Can David call for his undead horses? Will they just show up?
It's like 5 days away.
Didn't we have the horses
You were given
like
new
outside the
horses.
town?
Yeah, we
Yeah,
had
they-
non-dead
Oh.
horses.
Let's
Yeah.
go get those.
Yeah.
All I can imagine is like they finally buried the horses, and all you just see is like oof, like out of the ground.
Fucking Pet Cemetery, that shit.
Yeah. You've called.
They come back all even more effed up.
Yeah. Two-legged horse on its way. Just the front teeth.
Yeah, you guys head out. Yeah, you guys head out to like the exit of the town. You pack up all your stuff. Deva's with you. Sure enough, your horses are out there. You've kind of like tied them, so they've just kind of been munching along the grass. They haven't seemed to be bothered at all. The town is abandoned, so the carriage is still there. The horses are still there. And you guys make your way. Your days of travel go by relatively easily. There's not a whole lot that happens. within those travel. If there's anything anybody wants to say, do, discuss during this 5 days of travel, nothing really happens. It's relatively quiet and peaceful.
I'd say after about a day or two, like I feel like Zan feels relatively close to Atris. She feels like she kind of like gets her a little more at this point, but it kind of gives her a day or two to like settle in, and then kind of sidles up next to her at some point and is like, so are you good? Like you know that we care for you. Like I know David can be a bit harsh sometimes, but like we got you. You know that, right?
Okay, first of all, nobody gets me. Okay, I'm a rebel, and you don't understand what I'm going through.
I immediately picture Atris with like the emo hair, like over one eye.
She's been jamming out to some My Chemical Romance this entire time.
I'm
Honestly, it's on repeat.
not okay.
I feel like I just stare
I know
ahead.
what
I
we're
don't look at you at all, like in this conversation. Like I'm just looking ahead, and because feelings and stuff weird. And so when you ask this question, I'm just like, I've had a conversation with somebody that I need to speak with Redemption about, but I know that you guys have your best interests at heart for me.
That's all we ask. I'm glad you were able to find some clarity. And I just kind of like pat her on the back. And do you pat me back?
No, this is you. Like you're
Oh.
to me. Yeah, like I don't want to.
I was gonna say if you reciprocate in any way whatsoever, I'm just gonna give you a massive hug. So okay, I just pat Atris on the back and then we go back to sitting in awkward silence. Not awkward, complacent silence.
Okay. Is there anything anybody else would like to do within these 5 days of travel? Besides like the idle chit chat, camping, all that good stuff.
Oh god. I'm hitting all the wrong buttons. I don't know that there's anything in particular. I feel like it would be something that I would want to bring up with Atris if Atris talked to me about it, but like I wouldn't want to.
Oh, I'm not talking with anybody unless it's
I
when
figured.
Dan spoke to me. That's the only time I'm
Yeah.
going to be.
But I think that like obviously there's a lot of thoughts racing through my head. Trying to piece together like what Navora said and what I know, excluding obviously the conversation that he had with the Raven Queen. But it's oddly close, I think, which is pretty cool. So that makes me feel good. But that's
I
unrelated to David.
100% want to have a little chit chat with my good old friend Atris.
Everybody wants to talk to Atris.
I'm so popular.
Just I talked to my mom a lot, caught her up on a lot of things during this whole time.
She
But
everything. She's super interested, but she still kind of gives you like the mom look every now and again when she hears about certain stories. Like you tell her about fighting the dragon.
Yeah.
But yeah, you are welcome to speak to Atris.
So Atris, Tris took off real quick, eh?
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Did she say where she was going?
One
Let me
moment.
check.
I'm not sure if I have it written down. It was a very short city sound. Sorry if you can hear the dog.
Mesa.
Yep, that's where she's going. Mesa. She's going to land.
Interesting. Oh yeah, right. Okay, cool. Yeah, she didn't really say goodbye, and I thought, for sure we did some training earlier that morning, and I thought for sure she was gonna, say goodbye.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. What? Just that's it. That's it. Okay. So nothing happened. You guys are good.
She left. We said bye.
Said bye.
Mm-hmm.
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 Mm-hmm. Okay.
Navora, you can roll an insight check if you want.
Yes.
Oh, I'm really good on deception. I can do this. Can I do this?
But you're not
It's fine,
rolling.
it's fine.
You did say bye. So it's
You
more
did say
roll a performance. Yeah, you did say bye. It's not a deception. So roll a performance, I guess.
Oh yes, 22.
17.
Mm-hmm.
They said bye.
Okay, well, I'm really sad she's not coming along with us.
She had plans in Mesa. We'll see her again.
Oh, we will. Will we?
I like eye roll and just continue trotting along.
Yeah, Adris wants nothing to do with my conversation. I just want all the juice, and I'm not getting any juice.
God damn it, give me the tea. Be spill, alright? Come
Spill
on.
the tea.
What kind of best friend are you?
That's all. That's all I wanted to do. I just wanted to know about Triss.
Yep. 5 days come and go with various kind of idle chit chat, a lot of silence as you're all traveling. And eventually you get to the familiar farmland and gates of Volmiak's Keep. The wood doors open as you guys arrive. You hear various guards kind of yelling at each other. And standing kind of back on the main path, you see the familiar red tiefling woman with the red feathered cowl. She has a clear look of anxiety and a bit of distress on her face. As you all walk in, you see her hands clasped together just kind of in front of her. And she's very clearly picking at her, like the skin around her nails, the cuticles. Yeah. I suppose the discussion needs to be had. And she says that looking directly at Atris.
I turned him into a turtle.
I'm sorry, what?
The guy, I turned him into a turtle. This is hilarious. You just had to be there. Sorry.
I was more so talking about some yes, the keeper, of course, yes. Well, just drop off your horses. You can go to your house after. There's a lot we need to discuss.
Okay. I very clearly said that trying to take the heat off of Atris, but it's not working, so I'm like,
I feel like you say this and I'm just moving. Like I'm taking the horse right away. Like I'm bolting.
Are you what are you doing with the horse? Sorry.
Didn't you say we had to lead it somewhere?
Yeah, just like
our
get off.
house. Or...
Yeah. I just want to lead it to the house, like to the side, like away from this
No,
conversation.
she is saying get off of the horse and come with her.
Oh, I'm sorry, I misunderstood. Okay, then,
Yeah, no.
In that case, I feel like I still want to go see Redemption, so I think I want to do this. Like I want this to happen. Like I want to have like a one-on-one with her, so I want this to happen.
I apologize to the rest of you, Funky Bunch. But the conversation that needs to be had is a conversation for Atris and I alone. We have recently both been approached by a powerful individual, and I've recently been told that information needs to be shared with her and her alone.
Oh, yep, understood, yep. We'll be home.
Very well, I'll meet you there.
Sounds great. And then I immediately lean over to David. I'm like, did you fucking see that? How fucking intense this was? Oh my god.
I just want to walk past Atris and like squeeze her hand and just be like, if you need me, let me know.
I don't say anything, I don't look at you, but like when you squeeze, I squeeze back.
It's friendship right there.
Atris, if you wouldn't mind coming with me.
I nod without saying and follow suit.
She leads you into the very familiar church and isn't saying a word, and just leads you into the back office where you two have spoken before. You see her for the first time take off the raven feathered cape and drape it over the chairs. As she does so, you see revealed just burn scarring all down her shoulders on both sides. You see slash marks in and along her collarbone and kind of up her neck. You see a very deep rope burn where the chain of the bandolier, like where the bandolier of the Raven Queen usually sits. She gestures for you to have a seat as she sits on the other side. Before she sits, she goes over and pours 2 very healthy glasses of wine. Puts one in front of herself and one in front of you before having a seat. So, she reaches into her desk and pulls out a very long raven feather, similar to the one that you now possess. She places it down and sighs. She came to me last night, only telling me to tell you the truth about my past.
Can I reach inside my bag and take out that same feather, lay it down just so it seems like, obviously she would know she's spoken to her, but I want to lay it down on the table as well so that it's apparent. And I feel like the first time I said this, I feel like I was very confident and very cocky. But this time I feel like saying it, I'm almost hesitant. But, like, okay, so I place it down and I need to know about Zariel the Wrathful.
You see that she kind of winces at that name, picking up her glass and having a very healthy drink before setting it down again. She looks to the desk and looks at you. I suppose we start at the beginning then. And that's where we're going to end today's session.
Fucking hats off to Atris. This was a great session. Very Atris heavy, but really well done. Clap, clap, clap. Claps all around.
Yeah, absolutely. Just insane. I'm like the whole time I'm like, I have only mildly been paying attention to what's happened because I'm like brain function trying to figure out what's going on. Oh my god. It's been such an awesome story session as far as like, yeah, just figuring out that maybe some extra layers here.
I just wanted to say as well, the only reason this plot arc is being revealed is because of a very lucky high perception check and a low stealth roll on Navora's part.
Yeah.
Yay.
Good for Navora. Wow.
So,
Wow.
yeah, I got some rewriting to do.
It was crazy. Like when I kind of like put those things together, like from the beginning, that's what I was thinking. But you guys have no idea how hard it was for me to get it into words. I'm like, I'm not good at this. So
It was a huge revelation. No, that
Yeah.
was a big plot arc I've been working on for a while.
It caught me completely off
amazing.
guard.
It's
to
pretty
be honest.
fucking everything blew my mind.
So good. Unbelievably awesome.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Well,
So yeah,
that's it for us this week. Hopefully we can see everyone again next week, but we'll let everyone know when we know. And yeah, I hope everyone has a good night.
yeah.
Guys, on
Thanks
the
for
next
tuning
one.
in, guys.
Bye. No, not be right back. We're gonna play a song.
So my friend is like Nick Liz Mars. That's kind of